We're arresting people for thought crimes now. Welcome to Minority Report. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, bringing you the obvious. And today on CNN.com. Unfortunately, we've reached that point. People are now being arrested for thought crimes, and real criminals are getting away with it every single day. These are scary times. There could have been 3 more mass shootings if these men weren't stopped, authorities say. Now, lately there have been a string of arrests by the FBI against people who were posting things, sometimes just shitposting online. It's an extremely disturbing trend because now we've reached a point where people are being arrested for crimes before they actually commit any crimes. For those of you familiar with the movie Minority Report, they basically had a future, like a crime prophet that would predict who would commit a crime. Later, it was found that the machine was faulty. Not everyone who was predicted to do a crime actually went through with it. So they were, in fact, arresting innocent people. Now, I'm not saying that these 3 men are innocent. I'm not even saying that they didn't deserve to be arrested. What I am saying is that I don't think they deserve to be arrested for thought crimes, in that arresting people under the guise of preventing something that never happened yet is somewhat dystopian. But before we look at the story, because monetization on my channel is completely disabled, you can support me by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar, and there's also PayPal and Bitcoin options. The next best thing would be to share this video, as websites are deboosting and deranking red-pilled content. So here we see, here's a picture of the 3 men, and this article's by Dakin Andon, Harmeet Kaur, and Madeleine Holcomb. CNN. Authorities this weekend announced they had foiled 3 potential mass shootings after arresting 3 men in different states who expressed interest in or threatened to carry them out. You see, my problem with this is there's so much crap online. I'm actually the ghost of Abraham Lincoln, given human form. I feed on the flesh of mortals. How can you ever verify what anyone is saying as credible? Now, threats, or rather credible threats, are not legal. However, I'm not gonna count shit posting online as a credible threat. It's ridiculous. It doesn't even matter if they have weapons or ammo. That's an American right. That's a constitutional right. All 3 cases were brought to authorities' attention thanks to tips from the public. Here's what we know about them. So yeah, now we live in the era of thought policing. If you see someone you think is a danger, you can tip them to the FBI and they could be arrested if they even shit posted one time in their entire life. All this is going to do is turn people who probably would have never done anything and further radicalize them, because they're going to be a victim. You are creating the problem. Police say he had the motivation and the ammunition. It doesn't matter. He didn't commit a crime. In Connecticut, 22-year-old Brandon Wagshall was arrested after authorities said he had expressed interest in committing a mass shooting on Facebook. Would we really lose anything of value, though? According to a statement from the FBI and the Norwalk Police Department, he faces 4 charges of illegal possession of large-capacity magazines and is being held on $250,000 bond. He's scheduled to appear in court September 6th. According to the statement, authorities received a tip that Wagshall was trying to buy a large-capacity rifle magazines out of state. As the FBI and Norwalk Police Department were investigating the tip, they discovered Wagshall was trying to build his own rifle and had allegedly posted on Facebook about his interest in committing a mass shooting, the statement said. Authorities did not provide details on what the post said. Okay, see, that's my problem here. I would like to actually see the post so that I can decide for myself if it's actually legitimate. How do we know that he wasn't joking or being satirical and saying, I wish those Facebookers would, disappear? How do you know it wasn't a joke? How do you even know the context? We don't, because they're not going to actually say what was actually said. And Facebook's going to take down the statement. So now nobody knows the truth. There's something called innocent until proven guilty in this country, and that seems to be going out the window. Now people can be arrested for thought crimes. Now people can be arrested for crimes before they even committed the crime. Oh boy, never seen this before. Finding weapons isn't proof, okay? That's just proof that someone has weapons. Authorities executed a search warrant at his home and found multiple weapons, including a handgun, a rifle scope with a laser, numerous rounds of ammunition, body armor, a ballistic helmet, and other tactical gear, police said. Some of the weapons were registered to Wagshall's father, but he had access to them, authorities said. So in other words, you confiscated everything, even the stuff that belonged to his father. Again, none of this is proof that he was going to commit a crime. You can't arrest someone before committing a crime, even if they have weapons. So what if they have body armor? Is body armor a crime now? We can't wear a bulletproof vest? Do you know how much people get shot in America? Go outside, get shot. Go to school, get shot. Say hi to the police, get shot. Maybe the threat was credible. I don't know. It is the disturbing trend I see of arresting people before they've actually done anything. It's exactly the case of Minority Report. What happens if you arrest people for crimes they might not commit at all? He allegedly told his ex a good 100 kills would be nice. Tristan Scott Wicks of Daytona Beach, Florida, was arrested in Winn-Dixie parking lot on Friday after he sent his ex-girlfriend a series of disturbing texts in which he allegedly threatened to commit a mass shooting. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office said the ex-girlfriend alerted authorities. Oh yeah, that's a good plan. Confide in your ex. I'm sure she doesn't want to ruin your life. In the messages, the 25-year-old said he wanted to open fire on a large crowd of people. The sheriff's office said in a news release, a good 100 kills would be nice, one message allegedly read. Wicks also said he already had a location in mind, according to the sheriff's office. And this is a picture of the man. A school is a weak target. I'd be more likely to open fire on a large crowd of people from over 3 miles away. I want to break a world record for the longest confirmed kill ever, another message read according to the sheriff's office. Wicks wrote that he wanted to die and have fun doing it, authorities said. Now, in this case, this guy sounds like a credible threat. The first guy, what did he do? He owned too many weapons. He had some illegal magazines. And he made one post on Facebook? One post that we don't even know what it says. How do we know that's a credible threat? It could be shitposting. This guy sounds like a credible threat. But it still disturbs me that we're going down the road of thought policing. People say all sorts of crap. Have you ever seen a leftist bored and the shit they say? Or even been on Reddit? Oh, I hate conservatives. All of them should die. All Nazis should die. Oh, these right-wingers are terrible people. They should be sent to concentration camps. They say all this shit. They say it. Some of them say, we're gonna bash the fash. We're gonna hit people. We're gonna hurt people. It's never on the news. I don't see the FBI going after them. And what about Antifa? So many people have been attacked and beaten. What about Andy No? He was beaten by left-wingers. Did the FBI arrest anyone? No. No. Because they don't care about real crimes. Not to mention, the FBI has been proven to post on 4chan and 8chan, and they've been proven to try to radicalize people to commit crimes so that they can profit off it. Look guys, we're the FBI. We're a bunch of boomers. We're doing a good job. Check out these screen caps that prove that we were posting on 8chan encouraging a mass shooter. Really interesting, isn't it? The world is completely upside down. If you haven't seen my video about the FBI browsing 4chan, I suggest you check it out if you don't believe me. Volusia County Sheriff Michael Chitwood said on CNN Sunday that authorities had recovered a .22 caliber hunting rifle and 400 rounds of ammo in Wicks's apartment. Wicks had initially told investigators he did not own any firearms, but that he was fascinated with mass shootings, the sheriff's office said. So here's the last person. He's accused of threatening a Jewish community center. And in Ohio, 20-year-old James Patrick Radron was arrested for allegedly threatening to carry out a shooting in Youngstown Jewish Community Center. So they shut him down. An Instagram account belonging to Radron shared a video that showed a man firing a gun. New Middletown Police Chief Vincent D. Egidio told CNN the post, which was shown to an officer out of an unrelated call, tagged the Jewish Community Center of Youngstown, Diego said. Again, it sounds like shitposting. It's unclear whether the man shooting the gun was Randon or someone else. Andy Lipkin, the executive vice president of the Youngstown Area Jewish Foundation, said the post was accompanied by a caption that read, police identify the Youngstown Jewish family community shooter Seamus O. Reardon, Seamus being a Gaelic version of Reardon's name. And here's him being smug on camera. You know, again, if people were held accountable for everything they posted online, I think most people would go to jail. I think a lot of left-wingers would go to jail. I'm not saying that these people weren't credible threats. I'm just saying that they might not have been credible, and that the FBI and CNN are just spinning a false narrative so that they can claim brownie points. The rest of the Instagram account contained anti-Semitic comments. Blah, 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 blah. So, there you have it, folks. People are now being arrested for thought crimes and crimes that have not been committed, all because of posts online. This is an extreme gray area. Threats have never been legal. However, to say that mass shootings were prevented is wrong. To say that men were arrested for making threats is correct. If we want to live in a sane society, if we want to live in a real society, we have to tell the truth and not spin narratives for political gain. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Do you think it's thought crime? Do you think it's justifiable? This is an extreme gray area, so honestly, it could go either way. But do you think that this possibly is a bad sign of things to come? Be sure to let me know. Now, as a reminder, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar for as low as $1. There are different tiers, you can choose whatever you wish. It goes a long way since this channel has no ads, no revenue, nothing but viewer support. Merch is on the way, I am commissioning some artists. But now it's time for a Q&A session with Mr. Obvious. Nero asks, what are your top 5 favorite animes? My top 5 would be as follows. Code Geass, because I'm an edgy boy, and I love the fact that it's all about rebellion. My second favorite anime, and something that's highly underrated, is a spin-off anime that, in my opinion, is better than whatever the original is. It's called The Unlimited, Hyobyo Kyosuke. It's an anime about a group of villains who may as well be anti-heroes, as they help many people around the world. My number 3 favorite anime, and these are in no particular order, would have to be World Conquest Zvezda Plot. This is another highly underrated anime that's wacky, weird about world conquest, but is absolutely the best no smoking ad you've ever seen. Yes, my friends, the entire anime is basically a no smoking public service announcement, but it's very entertaining. It's a very interesting story. I highly suggest you watch it. Number 4 for me would have to be Overlord. It's basically just a based anime about a man who's isekai'd into his MMO, where he, the last remaining guild leader, a lich, an immortal Overlord, and his group of servants plot to take over the world, and do so. It's very entertaining. For number 5, I would have to say Re:Zero. Now, there's a lot of anime that could have made this list, but Re:Zero's high up there for me simply because Subaru reminds me so much of myself, and that is not a compliment to either of us. What I like about Re:Zero is it's like the Dark Souls of anime. Oh, he went there all right. Other than that, I find the story interesting, and I don't hate Subaru. At least not any more than I hate myself. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.